Most of you by now already know of the MTA's plans to extend the 2nd Avenue line to Lower Manhattan. This extension is a part of phases 3 and 4. Currently, however, as I mentioned in my 2nd Avenue subway poor design video, the plans are to build the line with only 2 tracks. This was already done with phase 1 and soon phase 2. This hasn't gone down well with many transit enthusiasts. With the line having only 2 tracks, capacity is limited and the possibility of having express service is eliminated. So for a line that is supposed to relieve congestion off of the Lexington Avenue line and serve new areas of the city on the east side simultaneously, it really is poor design. Therefore, I don't support the MTA's current plans of extending the line downtown, and I think there are better things with the 2nd Avenue line that we can do as opposed to the current plans for phases 3 and 4. In this video, we'll be discussing the plans of sending the 2nd Avenue line crosstown in Harlem. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. 125th Street is one of the worst crosstown streets in Manhattan. Ranging from the major issues with the mentally ill on the east side to the horrible traffic plaguing the whole of the corridor, it is just a mess. Even with 4 bus lines and bus lanes going down the corridor, it can take upwards of a half hour just to get crosstown. I think an extension of the 2nd Avenue line down 125th Street can help with these issues. Well, maybe not the mentally ill, that'll always be a staple of 125th, but it can definitely help fix the traffic problems. I propose stops at Lexington Avenue, of course, along with Lenox and St. Nicholas Avenue. Now, I would love to have the line extend all the way to Broadway for a connection to the 1 train, but there are a couple of things that prevent us from doing that. The first being the fact that the 125th Street station on the 1 line is 54 feet above street level, and the 2nd Avenue line at the 96th Street station, which is cut and cover, is 49 feet below street level. Even if it were to stay at that height, it would be difficult to build a transfer between the 2nd Avenue subway and the 1 line at Broadway. The second being that we need tail tracks at the end of the line, and we want them to store at least 4 trains. With each train being 600 feet long, or about 2 city blocks, it wouldn't be possible to fit in tail tracks past Broadway. We could solve this issue by ending the line at St. Nicholas Avenue and allowing for a free out-of-system transfer to the 1 line station. Now, if we build this, I hope it doesn't feature any of those grand designs like phase 1 of the line. All of those stations look stale, and worst of all, cost way too much. I prefer a design similar to some stations on the 63rd or Archer Avenue lines. I'll even take some side platforms that look like 49th Street on the BMT Broadway line, or one of my favorite stations, Bleecker Street on the IRT Lexington Avenue line. I just want more unique designs than what we currently have on the 2nd Avenue line, without the large mezzanines and stuff like that. Now, with this extension, I propose some other changes to make the above ground traveling experience on 125th Street better. No, I'm not talking about removing the mentally ill from the east side. I already told you, that's a staple of the neighborhood and a city, not MTA issue. What I will talk about though are improvements to the buses in the area. With the first of the changes, I propose keeping the M60 bus on Broadway until 125th Street instead of making the turn at 120th Street and running along Amsterdam Avenue until 125th Street. This will remove the confusing M60 stop on Amsterdam Avenue and LaSalle Street, which isn't connected to the M100, M101, and BX15 stop just around the corner. Geez, the number of times I've missed one of those buses waiting at the LaSalle stop. But this will also link in with another change that I'll be talking about in just a minute, and that involves the BX15. I also propose sending the M60 down to 96th Street for a connection to the 2 and 3 trains, just so more people can have access to the LaGuardia bus. Now, with the Select bus line out of the way, I want to talk about the M100 bus. The MTA, with its Bronx bus redesign, plans to cut the M100 bus back to 125th Street and Amsterdam Avenue. While I was an early supporter of this plan, right now I think we should keep it running along 125th Street and actually extend it. I propose extending it to Randall's Island and eliminating the M35 service. This change is honestly a no-brainer, especially with the M100 already ending on the east side. With this, maybe the M100 can start using some of the M35's current Arctics. Next up, I propose completely eliminating the BX15 service, along with that new M125 service. To be honest, I don't know what the MTA was thinking when they created that line. As a replacement for the BX15, and this is an idea I got from Ivan NY on my Discord server, extend the M15 to the Bronx. Remember when I proposed having the M60 turn onto 125th Street from Broadway? Yeah, this is why. In my opinion, there isn't much of a reason to have a Bronx bus route run crosstown service on 125th Street. It only adds more traffic to an already congested corridor. Also, with the 4, 5, and 6 trains running into the Bronx from the east side along with the Metro North, it seems rather redundant. Now, you might say the same about the M15 bus, but at least it runs all the way downtown, so if something is wrong with the entire Lexington Avenue line or the 2nd Avenue line, riders have a great one-seat bus ride into the Bronx. The M15 also has a select bus service route, which would allow for even faster and more frequent service than what is already available with the BX15. Lastly, I propose converting 125th Street into a busway. The busway idea has already proven fruitful on 14th Street, and I think it's time to start adding them all across the city. Not only would this encourage people to get out of their cars and onto these buses, it would make the street safer with less vehicle traffic and quicker public transportation service. You can't even bring up the point of both the Q train running down 125th Street and the busway being implemented because the same thing happens on 14th Street with the L train. Even if there is the option to take the train, some people will prefer the bus, especially if they are trying to get to LaGuardia on the M60 or Upper Manhattan on the M100 and M101. It would also provide a bit of redundancy. Yes, redundancy can sometimes be good in transit. Let's say this new subway line goes down for maintenance, or there not being one because it is in construction. This busway would allow for buses to be a viable second option for riders. I think with these changes and additions to 125th Street, we can improve the experience of crosstown travel and make it quicker so riders can gain back some of that lost time previously wasted on buses stuck in traffic. Anyway, that's the end of today's video. If you like these ideas for improving bus service on 125th Street and you would like to see more videos on improving the city's bus network, comment down below. And if you enjoyed the video and you would like to get more from Mystic Transit, like, subscribe, and consider becoming a channel member.